Have you ever studied for hours for a test, pass it, and then the next week just forget everything that you just learned?
Yes.
Well, that happens to a lot of us in school, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. My name is Amaya, and I'm going to be talking about how schools prepare us for tests and not for the real world. When you study really hard for a test and then forget it, it makes you question what was the point of like doing all that work in the first place. And that creates a problem because like learning starts to feel more like temporary. Like you learn stuff only for a short amount of time just to move on and not actually ever use it. And real life just doesn't work like that. The big question is, if that's a big issue, what should schools do? I think tests do help us, so I don't think we should just get rid of tests at all. But we have to find a balance on preparing for tests, but also preparing for the real world. Because in the real world, it's very important to have communication skills, collaboration skills, critical thinking, and creativity. Them are all things that you will use throughout life in the real world, not just in a classroom. And it will also help you with jobs, with resilience and adaptability, to be able to adapt. Them are all skills that you will need in the real world that aren't on tests that we take. Also, because of school being set up by just preparing for a test, a lot of people tend to graduate not knowing how to budget, save, or make big decisions. And like students tend to feel unprepared when they graduate because they don't learn any of that in school. They just learn math problems that they don't ever use on their day-to-day life. Which creates, like I said, a big problem because like it's just, test just makes you think about like memorizing this math equation instead of how am I going to use this in the real world. And it makes studying for a test just a short-term thing instead of a long-term thing. It makes learning not meaningful and like useless. And it makes you everything you learn easy to forget. It also puts a lot of pressure on students. It puts a lot of stress, late night studying, grade pressure that if you don't pass this test that your future is going to be ruined. And it also makes students start to question, is this on the test? And if it's not, then students just give up and like think it's no point of even learning it if it's not going to be on the test, instead of trying to actually learn it because they're interested. Which is a problem because like life is unpredictable. There's no multiple choice answers. You have to make decisions that you don't know if it's the right decision or if it's wrong till later in life. And you have to know how to communicate, manage time, and handle stress. All things that, again, aren't on tests you take. Like I said before, I don't think we should get rid of tests. They are a great way to measure. They're a great way to measure your progress. But I think we also can put in teaching practical things and like money, communication, more projects that contribute real world situations into it. I also think that if we do consider putting real life into schools, it will give us better learning results. Students will understand more, remember more, be more engaged and confident on what they're learning about. And I think it would make students feel more prepared and stronger thinkers and ready for real challenges. And it will also make students have less stress and burnouts. The main takeaway is that tests shouldn't define education. It should have skills plus knowledge because they both matter. And school should prepare us for life, not just for exams. And that's it.
Feedback for
Right.
What'd you guys like?
I like, I can relate to the topic because I do feel like when I take tests, I be forgetting it because I just try to get it, like, get a good grade and then move on, so, yeah, I do relate.
Anything else?
You had a good hook.